What is good, y'all? SGG gang, it's your boy SmooveGotGame back with the Pirates rebuild. GM Smooth back in the building. And if you guys are ready for more Pirates rebuild, ready for us to get to the end of the season where we find out, are we going to tank, fall off, get a wild card spot, or encapsulate this division here today, make sure you guys leave a like, comment, and subscribe for your boy. Helps push the channel out to more people so that other people that enjoy this similar franchise building content can come in to find more content to watch. I know you guys got a lot of other people to watch for this stuff, but mine is the best. No, I'm just playing. But mine, we really take into account of how real everything is, but I'm also one of the fastest realistic rebuilders to do this. And as you can see, we're about to turn the Pirates around completely as we have this team back-to-back winning seasons here. It looks like so we're 73 and 60 and a chance to look at back-to-back postseason terms here with some of the picks that we've been able to make, some of the call-ups that we've been able to do. And if you guys have really enjoyed this series, it'd mean the world to me to get it pushed out to more people. Now we're getting the series started off here, or the episode started off here, as we're going to go ahead and end off the month of August. You can see what I got my settings set to here right now. We got it at medium speed, but still ninth inning or later. So basically kind of situations where we can win the game or lose the game in that one inning to kind of finish out the season, get it done a little faster. And as you can see here, we're getting things kicked off with a series against the Rangers at home that we win 2-3, but lose the middle game 2-16. So here in game one, we were able to take this one away 4-3, scoring 3 runs in the 8th inning. Cortez and Alonso hitting 2 bombs for us. Jared Jones, good 6th inning, 2 earned run, gets in a good start with this for once. Next day, we gave up 19 hits. So it don't even matter what our offense did, although we could have had a little bit more of it. The fact that we gave up 19 hits, Nestor Cortez gives up 8. Strom comes in and only gets 1 out, gives up 3 and 5 earned runs with 3 walks. Lucas gives up 5 and 3 earned runs. Alex gives up 2 and 3 earned runs. It was just a pitching meltdown. And thankfully, we answered back with that 1-run productive win here. Not only just one person, but everybody coming back that struggled yesterday. Alex, Strom, coming back and re-justifying themselves and getting a strong outing there to give us a series win, which puts us in a great spot here coming up against the Cardinals. 2 games over them in the standings, 1 game behind the Reds at 75 and 61. As we are trying to fight back to get that top spot, 5 and 5 in our last 10. So kind of cooling off from where we were near the beginning of August. But we're looking to finish this season off strong. We definitely don't want to end on a cold streak. That's what we did last year, and you saw it led to a quick bounce. So here we're going back to this quick game manage here to go ahead and get through the Cardinals series. I really liked going through this. It was a faster way to go through, get a couple runs in, and still kind of jump into key moments that might pop up. But as you can see, the game is not starting out too good here for Dustin May. Supposed to be our ace, and it's not looking like it so far today, as we have a 4-0 deficit already here early. Bases loaded. There goes a 2 RBI single. It's time to go ahead and, move him up out of the lineup here. Now, unfortunately, both my long relievers are kind of a little tired, so we go ahead and let him at least finish out the 4th there. Still 6-0, though. The offense is not yet to get going as Cruz hits a 2-run bomb. The scoring Cortez, giving us a little bit of life. But with May in orange territory, we'll kind of maybe look to change him out here now, here going into the 5th, and bring in Jonathan Loaiza. Just have a couple of relievers pitching, like 1-2 innings if possible. They still got their starter, Mike McGreevy, out there. Yes, he's doing a great job through 5 so far, giving up only 2 earned runs coming into this 6th inning, though. Throwing out at third base with Santander, trying to get a little greedy. Alonso with the base hit, but we get that inning spoiled as well. We got to have a lot of runners left on base. I've seen a lot of hits not turn to runs as we give up another RBI there on Jonathan's behalf. Probably time to move him out of there after just 2 innings of work, but we really need this offense to kick off. Yancy Almonte coming in for them. They have a really strong lineup here. Only one person has not gotten a hit, and he actually just got his first hit there. And we're going to go ahead and take Jonathan out because now we've allowed every single person in the lineup to get 1 hit. We've got 8, and they've got 11, but they've just turned theirs into runs. As we go, Lucas Sims here to go ahead and try to get us out of it, which he does. And here in the bottom of the 8th, we're just looking for a comeback of any kind. There goes at least 1 run back around. Bases juice with a hit by pitch. And there goes a double play to ruin it. And we're just like that, we're out of it. That's how quickly the offense can turn up for a second and get shut down. We had bases loaded, no outs. I'd already scored 1 run, and just as quickly as a double play, we're looking at this 9th inning with some hope. Double by Armstrong, 2-run home run by Reynolds, and Santander comes in as we are only 1 down. He gets a double. Cortez is up next. Pitching change to get Ron Helsley in, and we get a 2-run home run for a walk-off. Julian Cortez, 2 for 3, 3 runs in today's game with 2 walks, and he walks us off with a home run in the 9th. We make up for that 8th inning where we really should have scored even more. and really bounce back in that 9th inning thanks to Cortez getting that 2-run bomb. He got 2 RBIs today along with Cruz and Reynolds. For us to go ahead and bounce back, 14 hit day, end up having more hits than the Cardinals too, and helping Dustin May not get an L here in the game, but thankful for Lucas Scott. 2-hit performance there in his 2 innings of work gets us into game 2 of the series, up 1-0, where Paul Skeens is going to look to go ahead and try to come in and going to start with an early lead there thanks to Pete Crow Armstrong getting that home run early. I think one of the things that I like about this too, I know I said it in the last game, it's really easy to go through a game here. You can manage it a lot better. I can choose how I want to pitch to people. So it's more so on the pitching side, still getting a lot more control over there. Just because we don't have a whole lot of speed, so I'm not doing a whole lot of hit and runs and stolen bases unless like either Pete or O'Neal get on base. As we get up a solo home run there, we get a solo home run there by Henry Davis to go ahead and now go 2-0. Another base hit there by Cortez to get an RBI scoring Reynolds. And we're up 3-0 now for Paul. This is a great time for a lead here. And see, you get guys on, immediately pitch to contact, get that double play to get us out of there. As Kyle Wright is not looking to have a strong day here. Already 7 hits through just 4 innings of work, 3 earned runs given up. And Paul is looking pretty strong here today. He's actually putting together a big start for us. He's only given up 2 hits. We do have an error here on the field, though, but base hit there, strikeout. They get 1 back. A double scores 2 more, and it's immediately tied in the 6th. There's one of those situations where, did I let him stay in a little too long? I don't think so with the shutout going. Obviously, you can't see the pitch count, though. So all you see is like the orange and green kind of starting to go down with each one. You don't get to see how many pitches he's exactly thrown. But after another base hit there in the 7th and giving up the lead in the 6th, I think it's time to go ahead and go to the bullpen. We're going to bring in Jose Leclerc, the only guy that's off of complete rest right now, to get us out of that inning, which he did. They're going to their bullpen, bringing in Zach Thomas, too, as well. As the game is now tied. So if we get to the 9th inning, we might have to go ahead and jump into this one and go ahead and try to encapsulate this win with yet another walk-off. Reynolds lead-off double. Actually, let's go ahead and jump into it now. We got a fly out there by Santander. Julian Cortez, though, the man of the hour. Mr. RBI, man, going to look to try to come in and get us this work. As we're going to go ahead and stretch Alexi Santos just in case. First, we got to get into this at bat, though, with Julian Cortez, runner at second. As we go ahead and look to get this lead back in place so we can take this game here against the Cardinals. Cortez is having a fantastic year, too. Definitely no sophomore slump from him. Home runs, RBIs in the same spot. Average getting better. See, the only weakness in his game has been defense as he gets a strikeout there, which has even been slowly improving. So looking to hopefully take over that first base role. And then right after him striking out, we get caught there lacking in second base. So we'll have to take things here to the bottom of the 9th here with another chance to try to walk things off. We're able to go ahead and hold it in the 8th. We got a runner on. No outs here. So Pete Alonso looking to do the dirty work. As O'Neal's over there at first base. Chopper on the ground will get through. A lot of speed there from second, but that was hit way too hard. But now here a slow roller up the middle can bring home a winning run here. So we're going to go for the bunt here as Brian Hayes lofts that one in the air all the way to third base. Not even a shallow pop to the pitcher. He basically hit that one. Basically hit it. That wasn't even a bunt attempt there. Honestly, if you ask me, that's a line drive, though, by Tamar Johnson right there to second base. I guess the thrower was able to go ahead and get him for the double play. And unfortunately, still tied going into extra innings. We got Jose Leclerc still in the game, and he gives up a 2-run home run here late. And they still got Yancy Alamonte in there trying to get things to actually, nope. They just switched over to TJ Atone trying to get this save. We get a 2-run home run by Reynolds. So the game's tied back again, going into an 11th inning. Now we look to go ahead and try to change our pitcher here. The only one that's fully healthy is Santos. I'm still going to bring in Jordan Hicks just in case we had to go a couple innings here. He wasn't fully healthy, but a little bit. As we do have runners at first and second here. And there goes a double as the pinch hitter goes in and gets back 2 across for the Cardinals. They get us down 1-2-3 this time with TJ Atone doing a lot better of a job. And the Cardinals will walk out of here victorious. Tough, hard-fought game of extra innings that led to us having to score basically 6 runs, 6 of the runs total there in those last extra innings. But that's why we got an extra game here. In game 3, Jared Jones on the mound versus Casey Mize. And another solo home run lead off for Pete Crow Armstrong giving us that 1-run lead early. I've been surprised to see the power starting to show up here for him a little bit late in the season. We just wanted him to honestly hit for a better average and get more consistent. But looks like the power starting to waken up a little bit here too. So we are having to go to the bench for this game. Snyder in the ball game as well as he gets a double there. Cardinals are able to tie the game here, so it's still 1-1 jumping into the fourth. As Jones is starting to calm his game down a little bit here. Only 3 hits allowed. Might be in tune for one of his good starts here. Sack bunt, strikeouts. Go with a regular pitch instead of pitch to contact there. They get the RBI single they need to take the lead back. It's 2-1 Cardinals. It's crazy how quiet the offense is being today for the Pirates. Only 4 hits today. As there goes another run across as we're able to go to get through 6 though. Still just down 3-1. Do we look to try to move Jones? Maybe just pitch to contact here a little bit as we give a double there. We'll go ahead and pull him out of the game. So 6 1/3 innings of work, 3 earned runs, 8 hits. And Matt Strom will go ahead and come in and finish things up for us to get us out of that inning. Now Casey Mize is still in the game for them. Get back-to-back walks there by Pete and David Snyder as they're going to go and go to their bullpen for Miguel Castro. We get an RBI to get a run across off the base hit, and Tamar Johnson now 3 for 10 in the series, but looking to come in clutch with no outs. I mean, shoot, even a double play ball at least would tie the ball game up. So that's not going to get it done as that swing looked ugly on the slider downstairs. Johnson already starting to look back to his rookie year. He had a sophomore slump, but now it looks like he's back to his normal self. Average is about where it was his rookie season. Hit percentage is about where it was, and then we already know he plays great defense too as well. Not that many errors that you'll see come his way at second. Chopped on the ground, outstretching past the zone. They'll throw over to second for 1, back over to first base, not in time. RBI fielder's choice there will at least keep the inning going. We have Ethan Salas in today for Hunter Davis. I told you the backups are in all days. He gets a slider upstairs, but he does not have enough oomph on that swing. As they're going to go ahead and catch this one. And I actually thought there were 2 outs here. Forgot to pay attention to that. And then here, I just thought they would just run over and tag it, but they didn't want to do it, so I started to run back for whatever reason. So I'm just sitting here at third base waiting for them to tag up. And then finally I'm like, all right, well, maybe I can just make my way back. As soon as I hit the button, jet sprinted over there. I was like, what was the point of making me wait there? Now, unfortunately, they're able to go and answer one back, though. It's 4-3 now after that top half of the 8th. So we go here to the bottom of the 8th. Got runners on. Another clutch situation here for Pete Crow Armstrong already with the solo home run today. Another one would be fantastic. As we have 1 out, runners at first and second, and there goes a cutter right at the chest. So I don't know why it says Pete Crow Armstrong there. It's definitely Julian Cortez. A little bit of mix up there on the box, but Cortez doing what he does. Clutch RBI base into the outfield. We're going to try to move the runners around. We'll go to the corners with 1 out now. As that'll bring home the run. I think that's Crow Armstrong that scored. As now we have here going bottom of the 10th. That was all we were able to get across there. So into the extra innings. O'Neal Cruz lines one into left field. This one will go down and get down up against the wall. That'll score across the walk-off run. It doesn't even matter where he goes. It's an RBI hit. Base hit or extra base hit, we don't know what they'll score it as, but I know we'll score this as a victory for the Pirates and a 2-3 series win. Look at the squad. Nice little pose there for the whole team as we take down the Cardinals in our last series against them on the season, pushing the gap between us and them farther apart to really make this a series or a season where it's going to be us and the Reds. This is just so amazing because the Cardinals got out to such a big lead early in the season, kind of held it down. Really, actually, they turned into us. That's exactly what we did last year. We had a huge lead for most of the season and then finally got caught up at the end and ended up as a wild card seed and losing the division last minute. But that's exactly what the Cardinals managed to do this season. They were leading big the whole season, and then us and the Reds took off to kind of take that back from them. 8 hits today as a squad, but we made them count with 5 runs total. Only home run coming by Pete Crow. So all those extra base hits and base hits, really, as you can see, we only had 1 other double. So only 2 extra base hits out of them 8. Lead to us getting that series victory there, 2-3, and then winning there against Oakland as we go and finish off the month of August, heading into September. So we ended up beating them 5-2, finishing off with a record of 78-62. Only a game and a half behind the Reds, as we are 7-3 in our last 10. And we're looking for our September call-ups. We're looking to help and bolster our bullpen, getting a couple more arms in there to also see who can make the playoff roster as far as our relievers go. So we're going to bring up Colin Holderman. And I wasn't going to bring up 2 at first, but then after looking at the hitters, nobody really deserved to come back up. So we're going Jose Hernandez to get up. I know y'all probably wanted Herbert Bill to maybe come back and make another appearance, but it was just way too bad that first month or so that he was up here coming off the bench. I decided it's better to go get his development down at AAA. Let's let him finish out the year there and come back in the spring when he's ready again. So we go ahead and jump back into the schedule. We go on a 5-game winning streak here to kind of combine it to a 7-game winning streak as we sweep Oakland, sweep Washington, 4-2, 7-6, 2-1, 7-2, 9-1. Heading into a series here with the Reds, who have been equally as hot too as well. They're 82-61. We're 83-62, and this will be the last 3 games against them. So this could very well decide the division here. So you know we got to put extra emphasis on these games. We're going to be on the road in Cincinnati too as well. They're 8-2 in their last 10. We're 9-1. The Cardinals completely fallen off, 3-7 in their last 10. 7 games out now as they're starting to slip out of this race entirely. You see the Cubs are already eliminated. The Brewers 8 games away from elimination as they're 11 games out, but starting to hit a little bit of stride here. And the Cardinals at least have that wild card berth. Only a game though up over the Diamondbacks, 2 games over the Mets. So they could slip out of the postseason entirely with this downfall. Let's go ahead and focus in on today's focus. I know we haven't got a whole lot of live gameplay here recently. We've been going through the season pretty quickly, but it's time to slow it down as we have 3 games here to get through today as these Reds tied with us for this division lead. You see the Cardinals already must play their game. They're only 6.5 back now. Milwaukee 10, and then the Cubs 24, a long ways out. But the winner of this series, in my mind, wins the division. That's how we're both playing equally as well against other opponents. We actually have a very easy end of season schedule past them. Almost all of the opponents are under 500. So if we can win this series, we're good to go. And we got to face off against Mitch Keller to do so in the first game. A 3.19 ERA, 1.14 WHIP has been a very strong starter for them. And we're going to player lock with Pete Crow Armstrong. 244 this season, double-digit home runs yet again. And he's back to his what we saw when we originally traded for him from the Cubs. And there goes that power again. Solo shot to right field as that one is way back. Load up the cannonballs, clear the deck. Pete Crow Armstrong hits number 11 on the season. 414 feet out to right field. And that's how you get a ball game started. Extra momentum onto our side. And we are look at Pete. Brian Reynolds couldn't wait to drop the bat to go talk to his teammate really quick. Now you got to pick the thing back up. Look at you. Knees hurting. But nah. That's a great way to start out the game against Mitch Keller. Get him off his game early. As we can see, he's actually a very good pitcher. So an early home run here could shake things a little bit up for us. Let's hope the runs can come in past that. As we see here, Johan Oviedo is in the game for us, and he gives up 2 there in the bottom of the seconds. As we get ready for Crow's next at bat here in the third, we are down 2-1 now. Oviedo's actually surprised me too, coming in for the injured Tariq Skubal. If you guys missed out, like y'all got to catch up on the series on why he's not here. Yes, Tariq Skubal is technically on the team and actually would be probably our best starter right now in the rotation. I'm not going to spoil what happened to it. Go back and watch the series, but just know he is still on the team. He's just not in the rotation. As this is going to be a line drive out to right field, and this ball will hit up against the wall. Thought we might have had back-to-back Jackson his 2 at-bats, but instead we have a stand-up double off the wall. I wanted to go for 3, but I was just hit a little too hard. But Oviedo's done a good job filling in for that role. He's in the ace spot just because I didn't want to move anybody and like change up the energy and mess up people's starts. So he is in the ace role right now. He's pitched very well at it. Now here today we're seeing a little bit of a bad start, but I mean if he finishes off 8 innings or 7 innings, 2 earned runs will look like nothing here as we go ahead and tie the ball game up thanks to 2 little ground ball outs getting and moving around Pete Crow. Santander getting the RBI for the squad, and we'll go ahead and come back to Oviedo, who got us back-to-back base hits, but we're able to get out of it. And there goes a 2-run home run by McClain there. 2 for 2 in the day. Then Steer gets another 2-run home run. He's hitting pretty well. And just like that, it's 6-2. Now Mitch Keller is the one with only 2 home runs going deep into the ball game, looking okay. Bringing the third baseman in as we have 99 speed here at the plate. So, I mean, the sac bunt is never off the table. I said sacrifice, but I mean drag bunt. Almost failing on my knowledge here. But we do have an evened up count now. 2-2. Pete lines this one. Left field, going way back at the wall, and it'll actually be gloved in after a couple of steps. Thought the wind might have carried that one, but I guess we have no strong headwind out there. That thing just died out there before it even got to the warning track. And here going to the top of the 9th, Ian Gibbot. I don't know. Y'all tell me down below how to say the last name. Ian, though, went in and closed us out here in the game, and the Reds take game number 1 and take back the sole lead in the division now, up 1 game over us. Remember, every game counts as a movement in the standings. We were tied coming in, so there goes the lead going right back to them as Mitch gets his 15th win of the season. Oviedo getting loss number 9, and really our only hits that were extra bases came way of us with the home run and double from Pete, but outside of that, 4 other singles by the teammates, and we weren't able to really get together much offense. 4 innings for Oviedo, 4 for Hicks. Hicks, great start though, 5 Ks, 3 walks, and nothing else. And it doesn't get any easier after that because we got Hunter Green right after. The flame-throwing starter that throws 99 to 100 miles per hour as a starter. Now, this isn't the same Hunter Green that we had in our series. This one only throws 3 pitches. I don't know if maybe he just shortened his repertoire between last year and this year, but that's in real life too as well. But I think all he has is a 4-seam changeup and slider here, or a circle change. 4-seam circle change and slider, I think it is. As we are player locking this game with our favorite hitter to hit with, I would say, Julian Cortez, 280 on the season. Mr. Clutch, as we're trying to close in on those 100 RBIs. As he has looked strong all season. And right now, he is looking kind of weak as he swings through that upstairs heat. And he'll go sit down. So we got Dustin May on the mound, though, for us. So Ace versus Ace will get a good game here. And probably very pitcher heavy as they get a home run there from Eli De La Cruz. And they take the early 1-0 lead. But so far in this series, the person that gets the first run has lost. So we're going to hope that that trend keeps up here today. As Cortez has a runner at second here now. Top of the 4th, still down 1-0, 1 out. And that was a beautiful 4-seamer that he got underneath, popping it straight up behind the plates. That's one of those 2-run homer balls that you just get disgusted with. As we go to jump things here to the top of the 7th, still down 1-0. Hunter Green still in the game. But a full count here to Julian Cortez as he will watch that 4-seamer in at the knees. O'Neal Cruz up right after him as he flies this one out. This one's going to go deep to right field, and that will hit up against the wall there. Now, Cortez doesn't have much speed, so we'll have to hold here at second, but I guess Cruz knew he was going to get hit. He tries to take off for second, so we try to take off for third, end up having to go back, and we end up getting tagged out there. So, I mean, probably could have stayed at second and had the runner a little bit ahead, but, you know, I did want to try to sacrifice myself because O'Neal did have a little bit more speed, so I thought we could get him around faster. We ended up not working out in that way as Tanner Scott will come in here and give up a base hit to Julian Cortez this time. Not coming out with any outs or anything like that. Getting a rally started for us. And we're going to full team control here. As O'Neal Cruz popped out shallowly to left field. Alonso will line this one out to right field. This is going out to right center gap. And that ball is gone. 2-run home run for Pete Alonso. Straight line drive. I thought maybe that was off the wall at the most. We were still going to try to score around Julian Cortez. But Alonso hits home run number 31 on the season, scoring around Cortez and giving us our lead back. It's 2-1 here in the 9th inning, and we can get our closer, our rookie, up and ready to go. Alexis Santos will come in. 32 of 36 this season. We need number 33. 9-1-2 set to do up, and Dominguez flies the first 2-2 pitch he sees out to the right field. Will Benson with the same 2-2 count will swing at that fork ball downstairs. And then Seiya Suzuki 0 for 3 on the day. So we're going to go at him 1-0. And he chops this one over to Johnson. I know you know it's almost automatic every time he touches the ball. Tied up the series. So far, I was right. Whoever scores first is going to lose. As this was a pitcher's duel all the way throughout. They scored one early. Didn't get anything else after that. We were held runless all the way up until the 9th inning where it mattered the most. They could have ended it. Thankfully, they didn't. Only 2 hits on the day, too, as well for them. So they really made their runs count with that solo home run. We had 7 hits as a squad, though, as we went ahead and got that thing around. Reynolds 2 doubles in today's game, too. Unfortunately, we were able to score around it all. Made 7 innings, 1 earned, 2 strikeouts. And in the bullpen, no hits there through 2 innings. Great job there by the Bull. Bringing us back into game number 3. At least it's a sunny day here in Cincinnati. As you can see, a little look here at the updated standings in case y'all forgot. The records are back tied. St. Louis is still 6.5 back. Now Milwaukee's only 9.5 back. Is that really more so just fighting with St. Louis for that other wild card spot? This race really is between us top 2 right now. And especially when you get this late, 6.5 is a lot to overcome. You might as well go ahead and put that E by their name. But Zach Gallen is the man that we'll have to face today. 3 straight pitchers, all of 3 ERAs. This is a team that you're going to have to watch out for, at least pitching staff-wise, in the postseason. Now, as we can see, the bats can get shut down, though. Only 2 hits the other day. And even when they won, they didn't really, explode. So, we've seen our team explode. So, I think the thing that you got to worry about for us is our bats. The thing that you got to worry about with Cincinnati is that bullpen, especially this top 3. Mitch Keller, Hunter Green, and Zach Gallons. We go ahead and lay down a bunt here to go ahead and get things kicked off as we're playing the full game here today. And I'm just going to go ahead and warn y'all, there is nothing about this game that warrants a pitcher's duel. Last time out, we saw a very pitcher-heavy game. Today, we're about to see a very bat-offensive, hit-heavy day. And it gets kicked off there with a double by P. Crow Armstrong off Zach Gallen to get into second base. Brian Reynolds over 300 on the season. First pitch he sees. He's going to chop this one over to second base, so we'll move Pete up to third. And now any type of hit or outs deeper into the outfield will score him in. Even something kind of shallow could score him. But Cortez ends up coming up after we strike out there, though, with Santander. We get a base hit out there to left field that'll score the run across. Remember, I told y'all, whoever scores first has been tempted to lose. And boy, would that be evident here in this game if I wasn't scared. Paul Skeens is on the mound. You know, he's very inconsistent. And the first man he has to face here is Will Benson. 260 leading off is kind of like our lineup too as well. We have 250, 240 there from Pete. We'll have to see if that speed is anything like ours too as well. We get a liner down the line. And that's going to go into the corner here as Reynolds is going to have to chase this one down and play this one right as it dies down into the corner. There's going to be a leadoff double there for Will. Suzuki, 4 runs in his last 4 games. We're going to try to end that streak here today. He's hitting over 300 still. It'll go down a little bit, but not without moving the runner up a little bit too. It's the same kind of results that we had. Can we stop them though and do better than they did? Spencer Steers. He will line this one back at the pitcher's head. Base hit getting into the outfield, and they will go ahead and tie this game back up. Just that quick. This first inning already runs on both sides. And then Ellie De La Cruz swinging and missing at that slider downstairs. So let's go ahead and come back to it. In on the hands. But this time he's going to turn on it, and he's going to get there just in time to lease a bomb. 2-run home run. And I guess for old time's sakes, the big red machine is back. 25th home run for Ellie De La Cruz. I wish he was this good in my series when I played as the Reds. But he will go ahead and give them the lead 3-1. Nice solid home run there. And I told you the runs are getting started early. We've already scored more runs combined today than we did yesterday. Brian Hayes starting off here in the top of the second with 1 out, as that one's going to get right over the outstretched glove of the first baseman. And he's going to get on first. Johnson, right after him, he'll see the first pitch, and he'll take this one out the same way. This time into the gap, and it'll get down. It's going to be a slow roll that goes up against the wall. Brian Hayes has just enough speed that we're going to attempt it. Throw coming into the plate will be offline, and we slide in there safely. Cutting the lead back to 3-2. His 23rd double of the season for Johnson. And we're not done yet as Henry Davis will line this one out to right field. It's going deep back to the warning track, and it'll be gloved in just ahead of it, but deep enough to go ahead and move Johnson over to third. Can Pete be clutch here? He doesn't hit very well with runners in scoring position. Average under 200. Is this going to be a liner that will get down for the base hit, though? That'll help move it closer to 200 as we tie the ball game right back up. It is now 3-3. So far, we haven't touched the first game's run totals. We're going to go ahead and take off for second base here with Pete as he's in there in time. You guys remember that first game was 6-2. So about 8 runs total. But we've almost covered that here in the first 2 innings. You see Pete there, hella speed, 20 miles per hour there, getting there just ahead of the tag. And with 99 speed, why not go ahead and take off for third base? I don't know why it's so hard for him to get in there as we slide in safely. You would think 99 speed, especially with a slow motion like that, would be almost automatic. But I really thought he was out there for a second. We got to really upgrade his steal. I guess that would be the only thing because he's getting very slow breaks when he is stealing. So I do believe that is the steal rating. As we go to get a trophy there, red hot base running. I'd imagine that's just a base hit, 2 stolen bases, and then scoring off of it. As we get the RBI there to take our lead back 4-3. And Zach Gallen's looking kind of suspicious. We're almost nearing 50 pitches. As that'll be a base hit that gets into the outfield. We're going to go ahead and try to move Reynolds over to third. The throw will go in and we turn around. Just wanted to bait him, see if we can get that ball thrown errantly, but it didn't work. So Cortez with a full count up next. We'll chop this on the ground and it'll get right past the shortstop. This time we're going to go ahead and send him though. Throw to the plate will be on the money, but not in time. Reynolds is in there. It is 5-3 Pirates. Cortez being clutch yet again for us, already getting a second RBI. And now we just need Paul to settle down. Here's we go to the bottom of the second inning. We're giving you your lead back. You know, you gave it up briefly. We got 4. So far, we scored 1. They scored 3. We scored 4. And right now, you can see we've actually matched the run total of game 1 now. So now we're officially in new territory. If we score any more here, we chop this one on the ground right over to Cruz. Good dive attempt, but he will not glove it cleanly. And everybody will be safe. Going back to the top of the order, still no outs for Will Benson. We have runners at first and second. That will be upstairs. And upstairs it will stay as that ball is out of here. 3-run home run for the Reds, and the lead swaps hands again. This is already the 3rd lead change of the game. It's his 6th home run. Not like he's hitting very many bombs this year. But boy, oh boy, did he come at a good time. As it is now 6-5 Reds. Paul looking kind of suspicious too as well. How much longer do you let him go with the low pitch count? Obviously, you don't want to really dig into that bullpen if you don't have to. And that's my philosophy when it comes to pitching. Yes, I do have long relievers. Yes, I probably could have and maybe should have. Maybe most of you guys would. Let me know down below. Took Paul out after this point. But the pitch count was so low. He was getting his outs in when I needed him to. Just giving up the long ball a little too much there. We really could have had a double play. That could have just been a solo shot. But the thing is, like, I don't really try to dig into my bullpen too often, especially in a 162-game season. There might be a game where I really, really need that. And I'm going to need guys to go deep in the ball games. I'm going to have to keep changing guys out because the relievers aren't on their game either. So I try to save them for those types of games, like when I really, really have to. So we were able to get out of that inning 1, 2, 3 right after that pretty easily. As we go here to the top of the 3rd. Still trying to get something going. That's going to get down in the gap. Way too hard, though, and not enough speed for Pete Alonso. So he'll have to just be over at first. But could we get something started here in the 3rd inning? With the bottom of our order, yet again, Cabrian Hayes. Base hit last time to left. All right, this time he hits it to left, and he pulls this one way out of here. That ball is long gone. It is a 2-run shot. 14th of the season, 432 feet. That would help you get some bonus time, I believe. I think it's 430. That would help get that bonus time in the home run derby. As we take the lead back again, it is 7-6. Now, if you combine all the runs scored, there was only 11 scored into the series up to this point between 2 games. We're already at 13. And I don't even know if we're still done here as we jump ahead to the bottom of the 4th. And that ball is going to be taken deep to center field. It's the first thing he sees will be gone. To the deepest part of the park this time, playing no games with it, is Matt McClain. 418 feet, his 15th of the season. And he has just tied this game up, and we're going to go to the bullpen, bringing in Colin Holderman, who actually has decent stamina to be a long reliever. So we actually have 3 long relievers on the squad now too, with him coming up. And here we're just going to see if he can come in and do something for us. Is this going to be a long drive out to right field? And the first pitch he throws is a double here to Jason Dominguez. As we get this throw in quickly to avoid a triple. But now he's already got to work himself out of a tight situation here early in his first ever inning up here as we get the strikeout on the sinker low and away. Benson will go sit down. Suzuki up next. He's in a 3-1 count. We're going to come right back with that heat again. Sinker gets him to ground. That went over to second base. Easy play over to first. And then Spencer Steer. First pitch that he sees. Let's go ahead and go right back to that sinker. It's been working for us. Why not? And maybe that's why not. 111 miles per hour off that exit velo. 2-run shot there for the Big Red Machine. And just like that, Spencer hits his 41st homer of the season. He is not playing when it comes to this power. I didn't even know he had that much power. We jump to the top of the 6th. It is now 9-7. The score is very much looking football related here as we get a cutter upstairs going deep to center field as the center fielder will range back, and that'll be into the bullpen. Solo home run, Brian Reynolds. That one took me by surprise. I did not think we had the mustard on that arm. He's got a great average. And now apparently great strength. 29th home run of the season. He's closing in on 30. As that brings us back within 1 is 8-9. Man, if you that strong, why are your throws so weak in left field? O'Neal Cruz will come up here. 2 outs here in the 6th inning, staying in the same inning. He's 0 for 3 on the day. Has not joined this hit party, but he will. As that ball will go opposite field, and that is a no-doubter second deck home run. give us a tie ball game yet again. 28 for O'Neal Cruz. He's closing in on 30 as well. 399 feet. Wow, I think we've had some longer ones today. We've had 430, 414, but that one was a no-doubter upper deck. Just show you that exit velo can also change where that ball go. As we go ahead and give him the home run sorters. That thing's probably been passed around more than... Y'all don't even want me to go where I was about to go with that. Never mind. But we're going to go with Ian Giebot. We're just going to call that man Ian until y'all tell me how to say his name. Ian's coming into the game finally after closing us out in game 2. They got him here trying to control the pressures. We are in the 7th. Still at a tie ball game here, 9-9. And that's going to be a base hit up the middle there by Brian Hayes on his second pitch of the AB. Henry Davis, 0 for 3 in the day, has not yet joined the hit parade. As Pete here is getting warmed up there. 251 average. A double, 2 singles here on the day already. Davis with a full count now. Runner at first. Shouldn't be taking off with only 1 out here. So we're going to go ahead and take the walk upstairs. So still not joining the hits, but he will at least join getting on base. As Armstrong 3 for 4 in the day. Gets in on the hands and he timed it up well. Cutter will be a base hit into the outfield, and that is a slow roller enough to... Ooh. I thought we might have attempted to send him home, but we go ahead and get back, actually. Bases juiced now for Brian Reynolds. 2 for 4. Gets a 4-seamer out on the outside part of the plate. Fouls it away, thankfully. Can we get this lead back? Even any type of fly ball, at least give us the sac fly. We need to at least get up 10-9. That's a 4-seamer. About stomach high. Deep out to center field. Going back to the warning track, and he will catch this one running into the wall. That'll be an easy sac fly RBI. And we go to take our lead back 10-9. Count another lead change. Santander. 1-1 count right after this. Had a cutter on the last pitch, belt high. So he made the same mistake, throwing a 4-seamer in a similar spot, and he will not miss twice. 3-run home run by Santander as that one was taken out a long ways to right field. That is home run number 35 on the season, tying in with Julian Cortez. Well over 400 feet, and it is now 13-9. Remember I said it was getting very much like a football score here today. Well, you can see we're already at it. I told you guys pitching in this game was non-existent. They're going Andrew Abbott here to try to stop the bleeding. Cortez will be the first man that he sees. Great job to hold the bat there on the screw curve low and in the dirt. But he's going to do the exact same thing on the exact same pitch. Pulls it into right field, and that ball will be gone. It is 14-9 now. I almost wanted to call him a rookie, and actually he ties Santander. I thought he was already at 35, but now he ties Santander with 35. It's there on a race to, I guess, see who can get 40 first. My money actually low-key is on Cortez. As that one gets out of here, gives the handshake of destiny there to O'Neal. And he's got a full 3-2 count now. Watching that one go upstairs as he'll go ahead and take his base over at first. And now Andrew might be a little shook there. Pete Alonso up next, who doesn't get any easier to do a power here through our lineup. Honest, especially with the way Reynolds is hitting his homers, 2 through 6 can take you deep. So he goes ahead and walks Alonso too as well. Bringing in Brian Hayes, who's also 3 for 4 in the day. He's no slouch either. I think he actually got this whole thing started though with his base hit earlier, and he gets another one here. This time will be an RBI. O'Neal Cruz is going to head to the plate and get in there with ease. The throw will go into third just to make sure we stay put. And in this 15-9 as we have Jose Hernandez coming in to go ahead and finish this game out, as he has a very much so clean performance here. Only 2 outs up to this point, but had a clean 7 and 8 as we skip ahead here to the 9th inning. It's still 15-9. Runs have finally calmed down for multiple innings for the first time today. And all we need to do is get these last 3 outs and call it a good one. Will Benson will be the first man he's faced to charge here. 2 for 4 on the day. Pops this one. Crow's on his horse, getting to the ball as he catches that one and tumbles down. Making the circus grab out there in center field, and that's why you get a lot of speed there to patrol it. I think if it had 98 speed, wouldn't have got there. That had to be 99 speed. As Suzuki will be up next with the 1-1 count. Pop this one. This one will go to get down. Santander's going to range back, and he will take a bad angle and won't be able to get to it. It's going to be a double for Suzuki here. So not as worried. We have a whole 6-run lead here, so it'd have to be very drastic for me to want to get somebody else in. But Hernandez is 30 pitches through. It might be starting to get tired here as we give up the walk there to Spencer Steer. I'm okay with it though. He can definitely take us long. Ellie De La Cruz does have a home run to this point, but this time he's going to chop this one over to the other Cruz, who starts up the 6-4-3 double play. And your Pirates win the game, win this series. And if you ask me, I say we won the division here today as we take back over our division lead for the first time, I want to say, this season, not being in a tie. We actually hold the division lead in the National League Central by 1 game now over the Reds. I do believe it'll be our first time this season being in first place solely, so no tie, but being in first place solely. 23 hits as a team, 15 runs. We had more runs than they had hits. So they only had 12. Everybody joined the hit parade today. Pete and Julian both with 4 with Brian Hayes. We had Brian Anthony both have 2. 3 hits by Pete Alonso and Tamar Johnson. 1 by O'Neal Cruz. And then, of course, the goose egg there for Davis. But he did at least get on with a walk. So not completely off the base pass. You see all the, look at the stats. I had to go to a smaller font here. Cruz, 28th home run. Reynolds, 29. Hayes, 14th. Santander Cortez with 35. Cruz with 102 RBIs. Cortez with 107. Santander with 81. Brian Hayes with, looks like 62. Johnson with 46. Crow with 29. And then all of our pitchers only lasted 3 innings and it progressively got better. As Holderman, 2 hits, 2 earned, 5 Ks. Hernandez, only 2 hits, 3 Ks. No earned runs at all. So back-to-back wins there gives us a 2-game winning streak, ending our 8-game winning streak though before that. As we go ahead and jump into a series against the Guardians where we go ahead and sweep them. Like I said, we're not too much worried about these games here, so we're going to finish up the season and pretty much go pretty quickly here as we try to wrap up the division. Now a full 3 games over the Reds as we are now 9-1 in our last 10. Reds are starting to slip. The Brewers and Cubs have both been eliminated out of our contention here. We're not worried about them. But we are worried about that first seed as the Braves and Dodgers are both up there. Neither one of our minor league teams this season made the postseason, not a AA or AAA. So we'll go check on their stats here before the end of the year. But we do lose back-to-back series here against the Mets and Cubs. No sweep, but we do lose a series 1-2. And we only have 5 games left, 2.5 up over the Reds now as we both have clinched playoff spots at this point. Cardinals are eliminated from the division, but could possibly still get a wild card spot. Maybe there's still 1 spot open, it looks like. As the Diamondbacks right now have it, only a 1.5 up over the Mets, 2 over the Cardinals. So there's still room for the Cardinals to get in if possible. AA team here went 69-69, 7 games out of first place. And we'll look at some of the top performers here. Sean Ross, most games with 130 hits. Diego Nunez, 155. Our highest rated AA player here at 73 overall. Beat potential actually went up. Overall went up. Look at all the stats across the board. +6 vision, +4 power. Defense is all the way up across the board. Even though he's already a good fielder. Just got to get the arm strength right and accuracy. 6 home runs, 23 doubles, 2 triples, 57 RBIs. Batted .312 with a .414 OPS, .402 slugging, .816 OPS, and only 9 errors all season. So I gotta say, I'm very proud of the year that he had. Could be looking at a AAA call-up soon. 129 for Ross. Josh Worth ended up having a pretty good year. He's up to a 66 overall now. Still waiting for that arm accuracy and strength to strengthen up so he can play some right field. But he had a 244 season, 327 slugging. Not bad at all as he hit 34 RBIs. Only 1 home run, which is surprising, but 20 doubles. So we'll take at least the extra base power after that. Sean Ross led the team in homers with 16. Alexander had 13. So only 2 double-digit home run guys at the AA level. Both are deep potential, so not really looking too much into their future stock. And then average, Willie Smith, 292. He's got C potential at 66 overall. Also at shortstop, he's way better defensively across the board. Not better fielding, but better with his arm and reaction than Nunez. So also possible for him to come up and just be a defensive bench option. Pitching wise, you can see strikeout leaders, Ronaldo Reyes, 196, almost getting 200 Ks. That's nice. Gotta see a pretty good boost to a strikeout per 9 for that. ERAs are looking pretty good across the board. A couple of very low ones here, .41, 235, 242. A couple of our starters even low. David Nunez, 297. Ray Feliz, 299. Tom Jewell, 307. Having a very good season. But we did have a couple guys here with the 4s, and most of those being our starters. Now, my favorite category to look at here for my starting pitchers is quality starts. It's Tom Jewell, up to a 71 overall, +4 for his hits per 9, +2 strikeout per 9, walks per 9, already in the good spots. 307 ERA, 121 whip, and only gave up 57 earned runs and 14 homers and 167 in the 3rd innings pitched, which is why he led us in quality starts with 18 of them things out of 28. Right behind him, Ray Feliz, 17 out of 28. Not a bad year either. 2.99 ERA. Now he's on his D potential, so we probably wouldn't see him come up anytime soon. He's probably gonna be a minor leaguer for life, but he's showing that he's at least good at the AA level. Maybe deserves AAA playing time. Ronaldo Reyes, 14 and 28 for his. He's up to a 72 overall, +5 for his hits per 9. I love to see it. +3 on the strikeout per 9, but that walk per 9 is still pretty low at 50. 196 strikeouts this year and 156 in the third innings. Give up 172 hits, 82 earned runs, and 12 homers. So less home runs, but way more earned runs than Tom Ju. Ernest Munoz, 10 out of his 18 starts, but he did play out of the bullpen for a little bit. Has the highest stamina, I think, out of any pitcher in our organization. So we're just waiting for all of his other skills to get better. He's up to a 57 now. David Nunez, 9 quality starts here. He's at a 63 overall. Major boost across the board, +6s and 7s in his hits per 9, home runs per 9, and strikeout per 9. Mike Gallagher's only 2 out of 12. Didn't get to play that many starts, mostly coming out of the bullpen for him too as well. Go up to AAA, who are 86 and 64. They were 2 games behind the Stripers, or Strippers. So they didn't miss out on the playoffs, just barely there. Almost were able to slide in and through. Now offensively, we'll check that out first. 160 hits there by Sung Chae Chang. Not a bad season at all. 260 average. Rob Key, 146, batted 264 here at AAA. Aiden Miller, 130, batting 265. So it's not a bad year for him as well. Rob Key's up to a 78 overall now. +5 to his contact right, but kind of really lost on the lefties for contact and power. Lawrence Gold led us in home runs with 19. Not significant boost for his home runs. +4 for power versus right. But see potential now overall, 70. Could be somebody in the future to keep eyes on. You know, we're constantly looking at shortstop. Rob Key with 18, Aiden Miller with 14, as he's up to a 78 overall now at third. Defense is looking very, very strong. Just got to make sure that his average can hit there for it. Either average or power. One of the two need to go up a little bit more before he makes it to the show. 14 home runs, 70 RBIs. That power could definitely be on the rise and on the way. Then Herbert Bill in limited playing time. You see only 235 at-bats, only 58 games compared to everybody's 130. And he had 13 home runs, so definitely showing off the power down there. 3, 5. You just need to work on his vision getting up or defense getting up. So that way he can take over for Brian Reynolds possibly out there in left field or even in right field if Santander wants to come back and the defense keeps sliding. But .536 slugging is insane. 335 on base with a 272 average. His splits were crazy. Kyle McCoy, 13 home runs, 42 RBIs too as well. So he had 20 stolen bases, so he's looked strong as well. Average 299 here from Keith Taffy, so no 300s, and he's doing about 275. Luke Brown also hit 273 though. And then we know about Herbert's 272, Aiden's 265. And then we go over to the pitching staff, and our highest strikeout leader here looks like 186 by James Espinoza. Good year, 351 ERA, as we only had 3 guys over 4, and 2 of them were starters, and one of them was our closer that I got to bring in here. Maybe we needed to go down to AA, but 41 out of 51 opportunities is not bad. Definitely a lot of saves, but a lot of blowns too as well. Aiden Tatsuki led us in quality starts with 21 out of 30. He's up to a 75 overall now, +5 in his hits per 9. I just wish his strikeout per 9 would grow just a little bit more. But I understand it. 186 innings of work, 68 runs, 52 of them earned, 174 hits, only 17 home runs. But only had 105 strikeouts. So we do got to work on his strikeout stuff. But 3 quality starts or 3 complete game shutouts led the way in that. 20 quality starts there for Jackson Wolf, 20 for James Espinoza out of his 26 starts. So he did get hurt a little bit, played in the bullpen for a little bit before taking over a role in the rotation. But definitely took it and ran with it. +4 to his hits per 9, which is good. We need to get that rating up. 74 earned runs, 24 home runs given up in his 189 innings of work. Xander Muth, 16 of 30. And then Thomas Harrington, 14 of 29. So definitely got some quality guys here. 2 complete game shutouts there for Xander Muth. So he was going to deep in the ball games. He's a 75 overall, 21-year-old. Only see potential, so not expecting too much from him. Thomas Harrington is 25, so he's still technically young, but see potential. We'll have to see definitely better numbers than that before he would get called up to anything. But a great season, though, all around from our league guys. I'm definitely proud of them. As we go to get through the last 5 games of the season, taking care of this game here, 6-5 against the Royals, as Alexi Santos gets the save. So only 2.5 back, kind of checking these standings daily as we go ahead and go to game 2. We win that one 7-6 there, putting us at a 92-67 record. At least guaranteeing that we'll have 90 wins on the season, which is great. 3.5 games up over the Reds. If they lose even 1 game, it's wraps for them. They cannot take the division. I think even if it's a tie, though, I think we take it. I don't think there's a game 163. Now, we do end up losing both the next 2 games, but the Reds lost one of those 2 games as well. So we end up taking the division here, 2 games up over them. So it'll be us, the Braves, and the Dodgers as the top 3 division winners. Dodgers there with 103 wins, Braves with 101. They are the top 2 seeds. We'll be the 3rd seed playing the best wildcard team, which we are still waiting for them to clinch. As right now, the Phillies and Reds are good, but we're waiting to see what it'll be between the Mets, Diamondbacks, and Cardinals. So go ahead and simulate this last game. We end up winning 11-0. Finally, the offense wants to wake up here just before we go to it. So I love it. 93-69 overall record. And we will be taking on the Mets as the worst team in the to finish the wild card standings there. We are number 3. They are number 6. You see Philly at 4, Cincy at 5. The winner of that one playing the Dodgers. We're playing the Braves. So hopefully we don't have to see the Reds, but that could mean we have to see the Dodgers. On the other side, you got Boston, Seattle, Minnesota, Baltimore. Winner of Boston, Seattle plays New York Yankees. The winner of the other one playing the Twins. So you see all the different records here. The Mets were able to slide in with 83-79 record. Phillies at 92 wins. Rangers at 93-69 go. Twins at 85-77. Yankees 93-69, same as the Red Sox. Orioles 85-77. So 3 teams out of the AL East are going. Over on the American League side, Mariners at 89-73, also as well, because I think I skipped over them by accident. So we have 3 teams from the AL and NL East going to the postseason on both brackets. Now we can finally look at the Major League roster here, see some of these stats here. Looking at Julian Cortez specifically, saw a career high in runs going up almost by 20, hits going up, doubles up. He even got a triple, same amount of homers, more RBIs, more walks, more strikeouts, but that's going to come not swiping as many bags, but the average on base, slugging, and OPS all of 500 slugging. I know I said it was impressive for Herbert Bill, but Cortez did it while playing every single game of the season up to a 505. Now, this might be the last time he plays every game in the season, because I think next year he will be our starting first baseman, not just DH. And we might let Pete Alonso go, but we'll have to see. ISO even went up. WAR went up to a 2.6. All his ratings went up here. Just wish we got a little bit more vision. But you see the defense there, +7 on his fielding reaction. We don't really need his arm to be high. Vision's up to a 68. Contacts are in the 80s against righties, 70s against lefties. There's no weakness. That's why he's supposed to be a 99 overall. And he's 11 points from that goal. He's even up 1 now on Pete Alonso, who's at an 87. So, yeah, I think it's time to let Alonso go. And let Cortez go ahead and take over that role at first base and find us a new DH, because he has been balling. Now we have to see if playing first base affects his numbers at all, but we'll see. Ryan Reynolds led us in runs, is the only one over 100 with 102. Led us in hits with 186, just barely above Cortez with 184. O'Neal Cruz even had one of his career years with 163 hits, which ends up being a career high. Same with his home runs at 32 and RBIs at 112. Both ended up being career highs for him, as we had 5 teammates hit 30 home runs or more. Anthony Santander with 39, almost getting into the 40 home run club like he was the first year with us, but he's been always incredibly consistent. Thinking about signing him back for at least one more season. Cortez with 36. We had Pete Alonso with 35, Reynolds with 33, Cruz with 32. As Reynolds hits his career high in home runs as well with 33, had never touched 30 before. The year before he was at 29, so he got close. Henry Davis at 22 gives us 6 players above 20. Then we got Brian Hayes with 15. Pete Crow Armstrong had 15. That gives us a total of 7 above 15. I think we only have 1 more that actually hit double digits. Yeah, David Snyder with 13. Gives us 8 total players with double-digit home runs. Tamar Johnson even getting 8 of them things. Garrett Mitchell with 5 off the bench. We got Oliver Perguero with 3. And then RBIs, Cruz and Cortez tied with 112. Only guys over 100. Alonso with 92, Reynolds with 89. Armstrong comes back with stolen bases with 13, finally leading the team in 1 year. Something he's been struggling to do. Average, we only had finished with 1 player over 300 with Reynolds. 4 guys over 280, as Davis ended up slipping all the way down to 267. So hopefully he snaps out of that cold streak soon. But a great job coming off the bench and providing solid numbers from our guys. Now this is also too, while I was looking at this, when I noticed that like some of the roster had changed already. They already set the playoff roster because Herbert Beal is now back on here. So I wanted to make a couple changes to the roster really fast so we can see how other guys finish, because the one person we did not get to see here on this list as far as his MLB stats because of that change was Patrick Robert, who actually played very, very good off the bench. He was not a bad player at all coming from us off the bench. You see his mouth started down here, but he ended up finishing off with a pretty solid record in season. So we had to move him back. Now pitching wise, you see we had 2 guys over 200 innings in Dustin May and Nestor Cortez. Strikeouts, 187 by Jared Jones, 183 by Nestor Cortez, and then ERAs, 4 guys over the top, 3 of them being our starters with Paul, Johanna, and Jared, but also our closer, or not closer, but our reliever that we picked up in the Rule 5 draft, Alex Vesia. As they ended up moving Jonathan Loaiza, we didn't even get to see his stats down to AAA for whatever reason. Him and Lucas Sims got moved down just to make room on the playoff roster. Or actually, no, Lucas Sims was there. I guess it was just Jonathan. But quality starts looking at here. Nestor Cortez with 23, May with 21, Jones with 18, Johan Oviedo with 16, and then Paul with 14, which is very surprising because I feel like Paul had a better overall season. But in terms of quality starts, it actually went more so towards Jared. And I swear I saw Jared being more inconsistent than Paul. But those are the types of numbers that we're going to look at because the rotation is going down to a 4-man. And the only guys with complete game shutouts right now is Jared with 2, Dustin May with 3, Cortez with 1 shutout but 2 complete games. So Paul, Johan, y'all 2 on the hook. Who's going to long relief work and who's going to be starting pitcher number 4? Because right now I think Cortez and Dustin definitely are 1 and 2. And honestly, it's a fight for the bottom 3 because I at least need a 3-man rotation. It would be so much easier if Treeks could have stayed here and been healthy and could have got out there, but gotta look at these FIP numbers too. Johan Oviedo's over 4. Jared at least at a 3.9 to keep himself up. But Paul Skeens is also at a 4.08 while Johan is at 4.54. So looking at advanced numbers like that to try to decide who will kind of stay up there at the rotation. Of course, looking at the league leaders too as well. We got to go and cover this before we get out of here for the day. See, Reynolds is up there on the list. Hits, I'm seeing Brian Reynolds get up there on the list too as well. Home runs, I'm sure we'll have some people up there on that list as Matt Olson hit 50 to get on top, and then Ozzy Albies 45. But you see Santander and Cruz there. Cortez and Cruz there for RBIs too as well. So on bases, Trey Turner. Walks is Geronimo Perdomo with on base too as well. Spencer Steele slugging, of course, hitting almost over 600. Wins, you see 19, so nobody hit a 20 piece this season, but Wheeler and Yessi getting 19 apiece. Tony Gosselin only with 3 losses this season is pretty impressive. Our rookie did not get up there in saves, which is underwhelming, but kind of expected. Nobody up here in home runs allowed, of course. Shutouts, Dustin May actually tied for second there with that. Complete games, he's tied for second with that. With Nestor Cortez and Jared Jones tied for 6th. Innings pitched, walks. Not a whole lot of guys up here on the league leaderboards, but as a team, we are up there in a lot of those categories. Now, on the American League side, you guys can let me know if you see your favorite player winning an award or a player from your favorite team or just any kind of shocking revelations here that you see, maybe some young guys that you didn't think would lead in these categories. Of course, it's a shock to see Aaron Judge leading, slugging on base. We didn't expect that. Shout out to all my Yankees fans. We definitely did not expect that. And while we're going through this, man, leave your predictions down below. Who you think is winning the World Series in real life this year? Put it down below. But now we go over to awards. Matt Olson wins MVP for the National League for his 2nd straight season. 50 home runs, 149 RBIs will do that for you. Shohei Ohtani gets Cy Young for the 2nd time in 3 years. Freddie Freeman, same thing. They were batting title. Rookie of the Year goes to Walker Jenkins of the Cubs. Even though they had a bad season, they had 2 good Rookie of the Year candidates there for him. Matt Olson gets Hank Aaron Award. Cody Batford for Gold Glove for a pitcher. Alvarez, Freeman, Estrada, Hayes getting Gold Glove for a 3rd baseman, getting that award back. Tovar, Bachero, Jazz, Tatis. Cortez actually finished 2nd for Silver Slugger for DH. It's back to the regular schedule program as Alonso finished 3rd for 1st. Cruz finishes for a shortstop, gets the overall record there. I guess the home runs and average combo put him past Swansby. And then outfield, of course, goes to Steer, Acuna, and Corbin. On the American League side, we're just kind of looking for anything that stands out for us here for them. See if there's any interesting winners. Carter wins for back-to-back years. Adley Richmond winning for back-to-back years. Andres Gimenez holding down that 2nd base Gold Glove. He's had it for 3 straight years. Evan Carter finally breaking up a back-to-back there. Silver Sluggers, anybody winning this one back-to-back? Torres broke up that back-to-back. Seager broke up that back-to-back. Soto broke up that back-to-back. Trout getting a back-to-back. And then we got our team stats here. We finished 4th in batting average. Runs, we were finishing in 8th. Hits, we were 4th as well. Doubles, you can see we're about more so middle of the pack here with this one, 18. So not really getting a whole lot of extra base hits here. Tied for 23rd in triples, but 2nd in home runs, which is good. with 258, barely behind Atlanta, who had a bunch of guys with 50, 45, and 39. And we just had a couple guys in the high 30s. RBIs, we finished 7th. Stolen bases, we were dead last with 30, but tied for 3rd in caught stealing, which made me think our stolen base percentage would actually be pretty high, but I guess because we didn't even attempt that many, it actually is way low. It's at 26. Slugging percentage, you see we are at 3rd. On base percentage, we are at 9th. Total bases, we are at 3rd. Looking at our defensive numbers here, errors, we actually aren't in the bottom half anymore. Tied for 15th there with 66, which is good, which will put us at 16th for fielding percentage there with the Reds, right close behind with us. ERA, we finished 4th, tied for 2nd in complete games. Shutouts, tied for 5th there with 12 of them, even as a team. It's not just our starters. Tied for 20th in tied for 20th in thrown saves. 3rd there in runs, 4th in earned runs, home runs allowed. Looks like we ended up finishing at 15th. Bases on ball, 5th. Strikeouts, 12th. Win percentage, tied for the 3rd best record in the league. So even though it was a season where I was sure we were doing bad all year, I was frustrated with how we were doing, we still walk away with the 3 seed, the division, winning the division for the first time in the series, a chance to go deep in the postseason, and a team that actually is top 10 in almost every category, offensively, defensively, and pitching wise. So the team is very strong. If you guys are ready for the postseason, we'll have games 1 and 2 in the next episode against the Mets, setting up a elimination game for game 3 to be by itself. If you guys are ready for that series, please check back in, leave a like, comment, and subscribe for your boy to show that love and support, and turn that bell on so you can know when the video goes live. But I'll catch you guys in the next Pirates Rebuild series, man. I'm out for today. It's been Coach Smooth, aka the King of Game. Later.